See Kyle Richards' current relationship with Mauricio. It's been 2 years since Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky first responded to reports about them separating after being married for almost 30 years. In the time since, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member has confirmed their separation and learned how to navigate her relationship with her estranged husband while co-parenting their daughters together. Although Mauricio has since moved out of their Encino house, they do reunite with one another every now and then. More on that down below. During a briefing on Bravo livestream on July 21, Kyle revealed where she and Mauricio stand today. "I'm really proud of how we are navigating through this separation," she admitted. "We're great friends and we love our daughters and we built a beautiful family, and it's nice to know that even though we're separated, we can keep it that way." Kyle continued, touching on how their relationship has been for their daughters, Alexia, Sophia, and Portia Umansky, as well as Kyle's oldest daughter, Farrah Brittany Aljafree, from her first marriage. "It's really been helpful to my daughters, too, to get through this," she noted. See inside Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky's recent reunion. Kyle and Mauricio recently reunited in May when they both attended Alexia's engagement party to celebrate her and her fiancé, Jake Zingerman, held at the home in Encino. Alexia took to her Instagram story at the time, where she posted a photo of her, Jake, Mauricio, and Kyle posing with other family members in the backyard of the home. Sophia also took to her Instagram story at the event, where she snapped photos of the decorations at the party, which included a framed photo of Kyle and Mauricio's portrait from their January 1996 wedding. So sweet. Alexia also gave a special shout-out to Kyle and Mauricio during a speech at the engagement party. "I do want to start by thanking, first and foremost, my mom and dad," she said in a video captured during the party. "I love you guys so much. We wouldn't be here without you guys today. This home is what it is because of you. I wanted to celebrate so badly here because of the home you made for us." Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky's lives as parents to their daughters. Kyle also spoke with Briefing on Bravo in May, where she admitted that she and Mauricio had been trying to set a good example for their daughters while being separated. "We're doing the best we can, and I think our kids feel that," she said. She continued, noting that she's setting a good example for Alexia, who is getting married later this year. "She's grown up with her mom and dad, seeing our marriage and obviously seeing what we're going through now, but she always saw a positive image of what that is. And now, I think she's seeing a positive image of what being separated can look like," she concluded. 2 years. 2 years since the whispers had turned into headlines, since the carefully constructed facade of their almost 30-year marriage had begun to crack. 2 years since the world, and more importantly, their 4 daughters, had watched them navigate the choppy waters of separation. But tonight, as Alexia had toasted them, her voice thick with love and gratitude, something had settled in Kyle's heart, a quiet pride. "Almost done," Mauricio said, his voice a low rumble that still held a familiar comfort. He turned, catching her eye, and offered a small, tired smile. "Great party, huh?" Kyle nodded, a genuine smile touching her lips. "She's so happy. And Jake, he's a good one." "He is," Mauricio agreed, walking over to join her. He leaned against the railing beside her, the comfortable silence that stretched between them a testament to the years of shared history. It wasn't the silence of awkwardness, but of understanding, of a bond that, though reshaped, had not broken. "You know," Kyle began, her gaze drifting to the framed wedding portrait that Sophia had lovingly placed amongst the party decorations, a younger, slightly more naive Kyle, beaming beside a dashing Mauricio, both oblivious to the complexities that lay ahead. "It was nice, tonight, seeing us all together, for the girls." Mauricio sighed, a soft sound that held a hint of wistfulness. "It was. It means a lot to them. To see that we can still be a family even when things are different. I'm really proud of how we're navigating this, Mauricio," Kyle confessed, her voice barely a whisper. It could have been so much worse. For them. For us. He turned his head to look at her, his expression unreadable in the dim light. Me too, Kyle. We built something beautiful. A beautiful family. And it's good to know that even though we're separated, we can keep it that way. The words hung in the air, a silent affirmation of their new reality. They weren't a couple in the traditional sense, not anymore. The grand, sweeping romance had evolved into something quieter, more nuanced. A deep-seated friendship, a shared devotion to their daughters, and a mutual respect that had weathered the storm of their separation. It hadn't been easy. The initial months had been a blur of hurt, confusion, and the constant hum of public scrutiny. Learning to live apart, to reestablish boundaries, to co-parent effectively while the world watched their every move, it had been a Herculean task. Mauricio moving out of the Encino house, the home they had built together, had been a particularly poignant moment. Yet even in the midst of that transition, they had prioritized their daughters. I remember when Alexia first told us about Jake, Kyle mused, a fond smile playing on her lips. She was so nervous about how we'd react, how we'd be, as a unit, at a big family event. And we pulled it off, Mauricio finished, a hint of pride in his voice. Better than anyone expected, probably. He was right. Seeing them both at Alexia's engagement party, chatting easily with guests, laughing together at Alexia's heartfelt speech, had offered a powerful message to their daughters. It was a testament to resilience, to the idea that even when life takes unexpected turns, love, in its myriad forms, can still endure. Sophia's thoughtful gesture of framing their wedding photo had been a quiet nod to their history, a reminder of the foundation upon which their family was built, and Alexia's speech thanking both her mom and dad for the home they had created, for the love that had shaped their lives, had brought tears to Kyle's eyes. This home, this life, was what it was because of them, together. It's really been helpful to the girls, too, getting through this, Kyle reiterated, thinking of Farah, Alexia, Sophia, and Portia. Each one navigating this change in their own way, but all benefiting from the consistent, united front their parents presented. Alexia's getting married later this year, Mauricio pointed out, his voice soft. She's seen it all, hasn't she? Our marriage, and now this. I hope we're setting a good example. We are, Kyle said, her voice firm with conviction. She grew up seeing a positive image of what marriage can be, and now she's seeing a positive image of what being separated can look like. That it doesn't have to be war. That you can still be respectful, loving even when things change. She took a sip of her champagne, the bubbles dancing on her tongue. The initial bitterness of separation had long since faded, replaced by a quiet understanding. They were two individuals now, charting their own paths, but forever connected by the profound love they shared for their daughters and the rich tapestry of their shared past. The breeze rustled through the leaves of the oak trees, a gentle whisper in the night. The fairy lights flickered, casting long, dancing shadows. Kyle looked at Mauricio, really looked at him, and saw not just her estranged husband, but her confidant, her co-parent, the man who had been by her side through so much. We can keep it this way, she repeated softly, her gaze steady. For them, for us, we can. Mauricio met her gaze, a faint smile gracing his lips. We can, he echoed, his voice filled with a quiet certainty. And in that moment, under the gentle glow of the fairy lights, amidst the echoes of a joyful celebration, Kyle knew they would. They would continue to navigate this uncharted territory with grace, with respect, and with an unwavering commitment to the beautiful family they had built. Their love story might have taken an unexpected turn, but the story of their family, of their enduring bond, was far from over. It was simply evolving, finding a new peaceful rhythm. The unfolding future. Back in her study, Kyle placed her empty teacup on a coaster. The sun had shifted, casting longer shadows across the room. The initial shock and pain of the separation had begun to recede, replaced by a quiet sense of peace and a newfound understanding of her own strength. She was still Kyle, the same woman who had built a life, a family, and an empire, but she was also evolving, learning to thrive in a different kind of partnership with Mauricio. We're great friends, and we love our daughters, and we build a beautiful family, and it's nice to know that even though we're separated, we can keep it that way. The words resonated within her, a mantra for their future. It wasn't the fairy tale ending many expected from a nearly 30-year marriage, but it was a real, honest, and profoundly loving continuation of their family unit. The future remained unwritten, full of possibilities. Perhaps one day the term estranged husband would feel less accurate, replaced by something simpler, something that spoke to the enduring friendship and shared parenthood. For now, they were navigating, learning, and, most importantly, keeping it that way. And in that, Kyle found not just pride, but a profound sense of hope. What does keeping it that way truly mean for Kyle and Mauricio in the long run?